There is no denying the fact that Godzilla and King Kong are arguably the two most iconic monsters in pop culture history. Probably after Batman, Superman, Spider-Man and Iron Man, those two monsters are the hottest fictional characters among the present generation of fans. While King Kong has an American origin within Hollywood, the king of the monsters, Godzilla's character originated in Japan. But currently, both these iconic larger-than-life monsters are part of one big cinematic universe headed by legendary studios popularly known as the Monsterverse, which I honestly believe is going to be the biggest cinematic universe, and it will surpass the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the very near future. With the start of the Monsterverse, the fan following of the world of monsters and kaijus has rapidly increased across the world. So, who is the bigger icon within this universe? Is it Kong? Or is it Godzilla? This is what we will try to answer in this video. And trust me, this battle is not going to end in a tie and there will be an undisputed winner at the end. Before I go further, I just want to quickly request you to subscribe to my channel and leave a like on this video. It truly is the only thing that motivates me to keep making more such awesome contents. Okay, now coming back to the main topic of this video, the first point I would like to consider in order to compare these two icons is their origins. Godzilla first appeared in the 1954 movie called Godzilla, directed and written by the legendary Ishiro Honda. Just a decade before the release of this movie, Japan had to go through the tragic atomic bombings at Hiroshima and Nagasaki as well as the brutal and destructive effects of the Second World War. And, Godzilla in a way represented and symbolized the fears and insecurities of the people of the country at the time. In short, Godzilla can be seen as a metaphorical symbol that represents how war and irresponsible act of human beings can do to Mother Nature. So, he is not just any monster who was created simply for the purpose of entertainment. He has a very deep, symbolic, philosophical meaning and background. On the other hand, King Kong first appeared in the 1933 movie King Kong. In Martin Scorsese's words, King Kong 1933 is what you call pure cinema. So, not only was this movie the first real modern-era monster movie, but it also was one of the greatest movies of all time. So, in a way the first King Kong movie did serve as some sort of inspiration for the first Godzilla movie that was made over 2 decades later. The original name of Godzilla in Japanese is actually Gozira. This word is comprised of 2 words, gorilla and kujira, which in Japanese means whale. While whale is used to signify the massive size of the character of Godzilla and his ability to survive underwater, the word gorilla in Godzilla could also be a hidden reference to King Kong, because without the success of the first King Kong movie, I think the possibility of getting a Godzilla movie 2 decades later would be very close to zero. Since then, both King Kong and Godzilla appeared in different forms of media over the years, including animations and comic books. So round 1 basically is a tie, because both of these iconic giant larger-than-life monsters has had quite an impactful origin that really shaped this genre of movies going forward. But the most important aspect that we simply cannot ignore if we are going to compare Godzilla and King Kong is the legacy that the two characters has left in the history of cinema. The best way to describe the legacy that Godzilla movies had on larger-than-life science fiction monster movies is similar to what John Wick had on action movies. Godzilla is arguably considered to be the measuring scale for every single big science fiction monster movie that has been made across the history of cinema. Since the first Godzilla movie of 1954, numerous other monster movies were made by Toho, which introduced us to a series of different iconic monsters like Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan the Fire Monster and even Ultraman, a humanoid alien who basically went on to inspire the creation of the iconic Power Rangers. The original Godzilla franchise is still the longest-running cinematic franchise in history, running on for a total span of almost 25 years, which makes it longer than even the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And interestingly, this makes it pretty obvious that even the Marvel Cinematic Universe drew some huge inspirations from the very first live-action cinematic universe ever. However, the most amazing and successful franchise, which was directly inspired by the success of Godzilla, is the Jurassic Park franchise, which is still considered as one of the greatest franchises in history alongside the Harry Potter movies. On the other hand, Kong was the inspiration behind the creation of several other iconic monster characters across different franchises like Gorilla Grodd from DC Universe, the Gorilla from the Rampage comic books and the 2018 movie featuring Dwayne Johnson, and most importantly, the highly critically and commercially acclaimed Planet of the Apes franchise. He is also the inspiration behind the arcade game called the Donkey Kong, which is considered as one of the most successful video games from the 80s and the early 90s era. Other than the ones I mentioned, there are numerous other references and inspirations drawn from the iconic character of King Kong. So, my personal verdict for this round is that both these iconic characters King Kong as well as Godzilla leaves behind an equally important legacy within the world of cinema. So, I would say that this round also ends in a tie. The last and the deciding point that I would consider is the present-day portrayal of the two characters. So, currently both these two iconic characters are the poster boys of Legendary's Monsterverse, which is slowly starting to become the hottest thing in pop culture after the recent decline of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So far, King Kong has featured in two Monsterverse movies, Kong Skull Island 2017 and Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. In both these movies, Kong is portrayed as an absolute badass monster who does not give a damn about going head-on against anyone that comes in his way, which even includes Godzilla. On the other hand, Godzilla 2014 was Hollywood's second attempt to showcase their own version of Godzilla after the dismal and utter failure of the Godzilla movie of 1998. And to my surprise, this movie turned out to be an absolute masterpiece and probably features the best depiction of the character of Godzilla in live action till date. The character then went on to feature in two more movies within the franchise, Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019 and Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. While not as good as the 2014 movie, both these movies successfully took Godzilla's popularity to the next level in pop culture, especially outside of Japan. While King Kong has been portrayed in a great manner by Legendary Studios, he is yet to grow to his full size and reach his full potential within the Monsterverse. While Godzilla, on the other hand, looks better and more powerful than ever before. So, at this point when I am making and uploading this video, Godzilla is definitely a way more popular character than King Kong. So, this final round goes to Godzilla without a shadow of a doubt. So, the winner of this battle by the barest of margins turns out to be Godzilla. However, this does not mean that King Kong is any less iconic. As I said, the two characters are definitely two of the hottest properties in pop culture right now. And personally, they are two of my favorite characters. So, what do you think of this comparison, and do you agree with the points that I made in this video? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And please do not forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.